Hello and welcome to Supreme Commander Forge Alliance Forever. We're on Eye of the Storm, and this is a ladder game between Montana, Red Cybern, and DukeNukem, or Doom, in the blue Cybern. Both players around 1900 rating, so most people watching would get wrecked by them. 5 engineers from Montana before he goes for 2 scouts and 2 mantis, and then back to engineers. DukeNukem only Engie's out of his first factory. He's gonna go second land, so this is interesting already. Generally, this is the normal build order. You get a couple of P-gens, build 3 or 4 mexes, usually 3 mexes I think with the ACU, and then you have 5 total P-gens here, and then you get second air factory. While your other Engies are grabbing this mass, grabbing this hydro, building more air afterwards, and then also some expansion to be done. But DukeNukem is going for only Engies out of his first factory because he is going to make a second land factory. His hydro, he is sending this next engineer here. Oh, he isn't? So if he doesn't help this guy out, his air is going to be pretty damn late. Or maybe he will actually go for another factory with his ACU here even. But let's see what he can actually get done with the second land factory. So the more engineers should let him expand faster than Montana. And not going for an early air factory should allow him to get his factories up with less power. So he has five P-gens, and he makes 2 land factories. Hydrocarbon is now done. It's going to add 4 more P-gens and then get the air factory. Air factory needs a lot more P-gens than a land factory. You can see this drains -19 here because it has some adjacency. So it's basically costs 1 T1 P-gen to run. Whereas the air factory is -80, so it's 4 P-gens to run. That's a lot more expensive, so that's why you can delay air for some advantage in terms of more factories, needing less P-gens, so the factories are done faster. It's generally less cost. There's a lot of assist now on this air factory because he made it late. He doesn't want to lose out on air. Now he has kind of a lot of mass, a lot of resources that he's not spending, so not the greatest build order at the minute. He could afford another factory, could perhaps start work on a mechs. Montana is just seeing the mass disappear into Doom's economy from this reclaim. And he's going to send his ACU here. He's also leaving his ACU in the base a lot longer than normal. And making 2 air factories, also made all these extra P-gens as well. So usually you would move after building this first air factory. You would then move to the side, but he's hanging around so that because he had the resources to actually spend. Now we have an early air fight and it's very close. Oh, there's actually 2 inties on top of each other here. And they got wrecked. DukeNukem getting in behind the inties and winning early air control after that late air, made up for it with all this heavy assist. So it's quite nice for him. And now we have a bomber from Montana. While that happens, taking out this engineer, also killing a bit of reclaim. Doom reacts and has targeted, but there's 3 air factories, and this one with assist versus his single factory, which is no longer assisted. So I think this air win over his base is gonna Be short-lived. Expanding engineer now being targeted. It's a good kill. One mech's denied for quite a while, it should be. And we have these land units not being sent to the same side as the commander. They're being sent to the other side, and this is actually quite important because Montana is not moving left with his ACU. And he also is not sending any units in that direction. He only has the one land factory, and so that's primarily making engineers. So he's very exposed right now because his ACU is going to mid to secure it. Perhaps a mistake to be so heavy on air and also send the ACU to mid, because with heavy air he could perhaps secure mid without using his ACU, as Doom has not sent his ACU to mid. But this could be bad. He's already denied all of these mexes. You can see Doom is going to be able to take them. Although this bomber has done pretty good damage, and it could have more damage done in this area. These mexes that are quite hard to defend from air. That's a Jester. It's moving into the base. I'm not sure if it should be moving to the base. There's this engineer here. Ah, yes, which is exactly what he's going for. There's an anti-air turret. Perhaps a bad investment from Montana, considering all of this air control, all of these air factories he has. He's adding more land factories, recognizing that, well, he's in danger here of not getting either corner, because it's certainly going to be difficult to take this corner with Doom's ACU there. And this is a huge amount of damage he's taking from this T1 land, and it's preventing him from expanding to this corner, which he definitely needs. He's now sending his ACU towards the base of Doom. We have some air being killed, but this tracer is doing some damage and will force Montana to retreat. Also actually defending from this Jester. We need some mobile anti-airs. We have 2 T2 mexes for Doom, which is quite a lot. If you can't defend your mexes outside your base, I guess upgrade the ones inside. Not the worst idea, but it could be part of the reason why he cannot get back air control, and now he is getting raided. Good anti-air turret up here will kill this Jester. It's important you grab the reclaim from these Jesters. It's a lot of mass, 160 mass. Bombers also 80 mass. Not bad. Worth grabbing. We have a torpedo launcher being built from Montana, inspired by probably Mephi gameplay is what this looks like. I remember all too clearly getting wrecked by Mephi using his commander in a similar way. He's going to try and stop these subs. Subs die. They just get completely destroyed by torp launchers. But one's got through, and we'll be able to kill any engineers that try and build navy here. Jesters continue to go to work. This guy has 6 kills. May get a couple engineer kills here as well. Jesters are just an amazing unit to have on T1. To have a gunship at the T1 stage is just really nice. They're not as mass efficient as T2 gunships, but they are really damn good. Now DukeNukem has been hoarding his air in his base where it's safe, and now takes the opportunity to get in behind Montana's inties that were kind of flying around in no man's land, perhaps feeling a bit overconfident in his air control. And now it's just got wiped. There's going to be some reclaim here, not much because it's in the water, but all his gestures and bombers are in danger now that he's lost air control. And he's going to have to refocus to stop making gestures and bombers and stuff for the time being. But he's done a lot of damage. Now he has also, however, taken a lot of damage from a small investment of basically this T1 land factory. Just killed a lot of stuff and denied it for a long time as well. Again, Inti's sort of in no man's land, but Doom is not sending enough after them to kill them. He has most of his Intis heading towards the base, which is interesting. He's going to try and kill Intis that are being produced straight out of the factories, and hopefully he should force some anti-air. You can see two of them queued up, just two. Oh, we have a prophylactic one here. Again, Doom getting T1 raids done now. As Montana is doing drops, and it's going to be pretty effective. He should be able to kill all these engineers. The anti-air. Oh. These Intis have been targeted, and Doom took a lot of free damage, but now he begins to micro, and it looks like he still wins the fight. He took a lot of free damage there, but eventually wins out. This investment is completely dead to one drop, and ooh, there's 3 bombers here. Undefended. It's not the best use of bombers. Generally you want them sort of spread out, attacking different locations, so your opponent has to spend a lot of APM to get rid of them, or he takes a lot of damage. A lot of T1P gens, still no T2 tech for Montana. Doom has made the transition to T2 air and is getting out renegades. Montana's ACU, I missed it, but he has relocated from here, creating a miniature blockade on Doom's production, and has moved northeast, grabbing a mechs, and he just seems to be just walking around. I mean, he doesn't even stop to take these mexes, reclaim this factory. Quite strange. This transport is doomed. No pun intended. Oh, it's still actually dropped. Gunships can shoot transports, in case you didn't know. So now we have land units going both ways. We have mexes just dead everywhere, but especially in this location, a lot of dead mexes for Doom. And we have just a vicious fight for air control. But it's going to be difficult for Montana to have air control. Oh my god. No. No. No, please, no. Stop it. Oh my goodness. Sad times for Montana. He's wasting mass. Doom, no such problems. He's ringing his mass, so it's 5k storage now, so he's not going to waste it anytime soon. His gunships doing quite well, but they're faced with some T1 Mobile A, which they should be able to kill quite easily, and we'll get to work on this T1 land. Here we have more gunships helping out to defend this location. And here come the Intis as well. Montana is now trying to spend his mass. Once this T2 Pigeon is done, should be all good. I think there was a transport building here. That's... oh my god. That's a the commander is just airlifted away. And Doom seems to have missed that completely. Oh my god, that's so risky to just fly across the map like that. Holy shit. Well, that's probably why he was wasting some mass. He is definitely focused on other things. T2 land has begun for Mountain, as he still has not dealt with these gunships. The anti-air goes down. There's some mobile anti-air coming out of these factories. And Doom doesn't want to leave his air here. He wants to kill these inties really badly though. He is taking a lot of free damage from these tracers. The mobile A. Massive damage done on the right side now. And mid, well, nobody's worrying about mid too much. There's a lot of other stuff to worry about. Montana's upgrading T2 and he's right next to a transport. Interesting. We'll see where that goes. We have X upgrade from DukeNukem. I like it. He has 1900 mass. I mean, just get some upgrades going, get more factories, perhaps more naval factories. Do something about mid. There we go. We have, hopefully these gunships will kill mid and can easily send an engineer in here. So, also, Doom has a lot more reclaim. He's done a good job grabbing some stuff. There's also a lot of reclaim still left on his side. Stuff here he can grab. And here and around here. There's a lot of mass just lying. Some T2 engineers upgrading this naval factor T2. Economy, we have some T2 mexes, but we don't have them ringed. We have another one upgrading here, and Montana is on the move, does not give a fuck. He's just, there's not even any distraction or anything. He's just, well, he's just, that's a distraction anyway. Losing all your air. DukeNukem is microing his air right now. Probably zoomed in a little bit, and he is not seeing this at all. Oh my god. Okay, so he goes to the back of the base. He's sort of distant. There's a lot of engineers here, a lot of build power. T2 engineer, crucially. Montana lands. The first thing he builds, T1 PD. That's good. T1 PD just does the most damage. Now he's gonna have to, these are the targets he wants. If he kills either of these, I mean, he kills a lot of build power as well. Let's see how DukeNukem reacts when he sees this comm drop. I still think he hasn't seen it. What is he looking at the minute? He's looking at his air. Okay, now he's seen it. The first reaction is factories. So this is a good reaction. What he's gonna do is just spam Medusa. The way to counter a comm drop is, well, to build your power elsewhere before it dies, and also to on RT spam to kill those PDs. Medusa especially good for this because, well, they stun the T1 PDs, the T2 PDs. Just obviously especially crippling for Cyber and T2 PDs, which just have a constant rate of fire, so if you stun them, take away a lot of damage. Because stunned things still reload. So that's why stunning Percy's does not have that much effect, because they have such a long reload anyway. So many factories going up, we're going to have a lot of Medusa, but Montana has built his own factories, and is building his own Medusa, which I like a lot. He also has some reclaim to grab here, should he need it. If he ever needs mass, he can just reclaim the T2 mexes in this base. both T2 pigeons are down. The next thing we need is some T2 PD, I think. He's captured this factory and is building anti-air now. And he's going for more captures. One thing, capture range is smaller than build range. So be careful of that. There isn't actually an indicator of how big capture range is. I'm not sure how big it is, but it's definitely smaller than build range. And he's capturing another factory. And he's just going to capture all of these. So if someone's capturing your shit, you have to control K before the capture goes through. That's the only counter. And these things capture extremely quickly. Doom has no power. He's building his Hydra and his expansion. Just every engineer needs to just be spamming power everywhere. So he can't even... He does get this PD up, but I fear the worst. And yes, that is also going to be captured unless he control K's it. And it's not control K, that's a free PD for Montana. Well, it costs him power, but costs him 0 mass. Montana does actually have some inties as well, and oh, it looks like Doom. He's brought his ACU back, but it's only a T1 ACU. His engineers have got a T2 PD up. That's good. That's perfect for killing these artillery. He also, these factories at the back have not been captured, so he has a few Medusa to work with. It looks like he did just completely dominate air. Montana is sort of sloppy again with his indies to lose them, especially at a crucial time where it's sort of the worst time to lose air, because if you just wait 2 minutes you can definitely win air, because he has basically no production for air because you've killed all his power. Exactly when you kill, say, an air player's power or your opponent's power is the exact time to not fight air. If there's any chance you could lose, it's the exact wrong time to fight. You just have to wait because their production is fucked and then fight later. Otherwise you could just give them air control for a long time even though they've lost all their production, which is just terrible. T2 Navy. And it's a cruiser. This is pretty dodgy. He has no naval units except this cruiser. Cruiser just will get killed by frigates and obviously subs very easily, so this cruiser is a dodgy decision. We have some raiding. All these T2 mexes. So Doom still has eco. And he actually is cleaning up this whole comm drop. You can see the power of the Medusa. This is why you go for all of those factories. And he's cleaned it up. Just has a bit to kill and then he can reclaim his base. There's a lot of reclaim to grab here. He has some power income, though not as much as he would like, only 700, but that's okay. We have this T2 PD, T1 PD being very annoying, killing P-gens. Is he target firing? I think it's just auto targeting maybe. They're auto targeting the exact right thing. The ACU is really getting trapped here. T1 PD is going up trying to do some damage. This T2 transport is going to drop units to him, and this cruiser is going to try and kill as much air as it can, but it's completely trapped by frigates. It's surely dead. In the bottom, this T2 HQ spamming some units, some hoplites. He's going to look to do damage up the top. Mid is there for Doom. This cruiser is completely dead. And the commander is trying to escape. There's so many units here, and the commander, that he needs to he needs to leave very, very soon. he has to get onto this transport, which is on low HP now. If he goes in the water, oh, he has a Destro, so he can't actually go to the water. And there goes the transport anyway. Doom now moving to T2 Navy. The Destro should be able to clean up all this Navy. He also could reclaim some frigates, build his own torp launchers. This T2 upgrade should be plenty to allow him to survive. And we get a reset somewhat. Doom rebuilding his mexes straight to T2. And just trying to get all this reclaim. And he's going to focus on going T2 Navy. He has quite a lot of T1 land here, and I wonder if he can find a way to use it. Montana, what does he have? We have 2 Destros, not many land units here. Perhaps it's time for a push. Doom would need more anti-air, but I think there's a lot of units here to do damage with. There are some dangers. There's Destros coming towards his naval production. There's units here, hoplites, some T2 units coming to kill precious mexes. And this Destro has no counter yet. Doom doesn't have his first Destro up. Doom also does not have air control. Let's see how many units he has. Just 12. Of course, given that he has lost his power. Montana still only has one T2 P-Gen. I guess that just shows how many T1 he made. And actually how he's not ecoing a huge amount. Still just on 6 T2 mexes, not storaged. The first Destro comes out and it's targeted. 2v1. Not a very fair fight. And Doom needs to maintain vision so he can kill that. Maybe Montana will just retreat. This is a weird reset after that comm drop. It was parried. We have more T2 mexes still for Doom, but far less map control. He's lost this. This was a T2 mex, is now dead. Some T2. Oh yeah, the hoplites ran into these PDs. Or perhaps the Destron got wrecked. Oh, we have another T2 drop in an interesting location. I wonder if it will actually drop on the arm, or if it will drop them and kill them in the water. Oh, that's very clever. Did drop them. I thought, given that this is subcom, that the transport might just drop them in the water where they would all instantly die. But no, it was a bit smarter on this occasion. Air going to work. There's still no mobile anti-air in this army. Could have been of use, but now perhaps the opportunity is missed and it's under attack from gunships. 3 Destros out, 2 Destros and a cruiser are putting on some fire. That gunship could have done a lot to this build power, but I think it was attacking one of the destroyers. If it was attacking engineers, it could do massive. Well, it could just completely destroy the build power around this factory. So map control is winning over mexes thanks to these raids. Oh, we have a couple of transports dropping engineers here to take mexes. They have given the wrong orders, I guess. Some guy over here has an order to get this mechs. Not sure how that happened. And this drop kills another T2 mechs. And is moving towards the base. More build power added to Navy for Montana. And he's just sieging Doom, not allowing him to do anything. Getting some damage on these engineers, but he doesn't have vision, it seems. On the Destro, oh, he does now. One of the advantages of the cruiser, just gives such great intel. You can see massive radar range and sonar range, as well as providing air staging. Units on attack move and patrol will get onto air staging automatically when they need it, because air staging or attack move and patrol are basically the same order in terms of how Subcom thinks about them. Just one ends and the other doesn't. This Destro is getting low. And we just have a retreat. 4 Destros. These are quite healthy ones. Some of these are damaged, so doesn't want to fight and potentially lose and leave reclaim. He's doing lots of damage here on the top. This constant stream of Mantis and Medusa is actually getting past. It looks like this was not noticed by Doom. You can see all the markings, the decals showing the formation facing in the wrong direction, getting attacked from the side for a long time, and a lesser number of units is actually getting through and doing damage. 2 T2 Mexes are dead to just some T1 land. I mean, it's what, 3 factories spamming up there? Not very much at all. And now we have Destros moving in to the right, as finally Doom is able to reclaim some of these mexes thanks to his destroyers. Oh, this poor guy took a wrong turn. Dipping his nose down into the water. Off he goes. And this base now under fire from T2 Navy. Oh, this is sad. He's just spending his mass on rebuilding that mex by accident, I'm sure. Probably meant to give a move order. Nice sub over here killing to kill NGs that want to get into the water, but not too relevant right now. It's turned into a naval battle. Most of the mass going into Navy right now. We have 6 destroyers and a mermaid. Very nice stealth boat with great anti-torps. Has the same anti-torpedo as Salem, which is epic. It also only costs 600 mass, I believe. Yes, 600 mass, 6k power, and drains 100 power. It's T2HQ. Will it be able to produce enough units to stop this from dying? Well, Montana says no. He leaves the destroyer behind to make sure of it. And Montana, while he's been doing all these so many drops, he also got mid, dropping here, killing T2 Mexes. He killed all the T2 Mexes now in this location just by Mantis Medusa. Denied these mexes for a long time, even stole some. It's actually stealing one right now. He has these mexes. I mean, it's just map control over economy, over mex upgrades. Very nicely done. So this force is extremely dangerous. I mean, you will quite easily kill a commander with 3 destroyers. Even a commander with the torpedo will die to the torps of 3 Salems pretty quickly. Now this ACU, crucially though, it has T2, which is more regen and more health, and of course more build power. He has stealth, which means he cannot be seen by, while he's in the water, he can't be seen by anything that doesn't have Omni, basically. And it needs Omni or water vision to see him. So T1 air scouts, they have sonar. That's countered by stealth. Now if a frigate was close enough to him, then that would see him because it has water vision. A unit hovering, like say an Aurora or something, would not see the ACU because it hovers above the water and doesn't get water vision. And so this guy is very hard to spot. So Montana needs to, well, maybe leave the water or just keep his navy right on top of him. Because the only way he dies right now, I think, is with this massive force of destroyers could get on top of him. And I mean, 7 Destros are going to kill you super fast, whether you're in the water or out. He has to be very careful. The difficulty for Doom is finding the damn thing. Can't really go on many exploratory missions with your destroyers. And he's now also getting torped. He doesn't have air to stop this, so he's gonna have to go to work and make some cruisers. You can see with this many destroyers, the torp bombers basically die in one pass to all of these Destros. And he sniped the mermaid. So no more stealth right now. And certainly can't afford to make the T3 sonar, which also gives a massive stealth field for Cybran. One of the it's just an epic unit. So Doom needs to find this ACU. He's lost his corner expansion. And Montana already has an engineer here reclaiming these T2 mexes, getting some more build power there. He's going to expand. And Doom, well, what does he do? Maybe one of his own comm drops? He can find the ACU. Where is the ACU? Ooh, this is risky. Where is he going? It's exactly kind of ACU that seems to desperately want to die. He's also moving his navy away from his ACU. He's gathering torps to engage Torpegeddon shortly. We do have 2 cruisers out. Cybran cruisers can be sniped. You need 4 torps basically to snipe a cruiser. That's generally how it works. If you're getting torped, you need to kite with the cruisers, run away so you get more shots off. Cybran cruisers, thanks to their A's, their A is less than ideal. Here is the naval fight, but we have the scout stream to try and give vision for the cruisers and Destros to shoot, but it's not working. And here come the torps. Good micro to actually get behind a lot of those torps, but what did he torp first there? He torped the mermaid. It looks like he sent every torp against the mermaid, which is quite strange. Now the cruisers are actually just dying to the Destros mostly, and it's just a bigger fleet now for Montana. The ACU is in the distance, untouchable by and all of these Destros are low basically. And Doom calls it GG. Doom will be upset now that I've casted another loss of his, but it had a comp drop. What can I say? I have to cast comp drops. Guile 2.0. Nicely played from Montana, especially all these drops. I mean, dropping everywhere, dropping engineers, stealing mexes, working for map control instead of economy, and mex upgrades. And it was very even and could have gone Doom's way, but this com drop, it did so much damage and then actually managed to escape. He was trapped in two ways, but just barely had that destroyer out, which killed the frigates, and he was able to escape. And also this previous escape where he had moved up here originally, long before the com drop, and actually walked all the way around the place just randomly, and then had to evac his commander from here down to the bottom left corner. I mean, if he didn't evac there, he was way out of position. There were subs coming. And I think he had lost air control even at that time. Very strange commander movements, which eventually led to a crushing to naval defeat. Because, well, it's just how the game works. It just works in mysterious ways. So this is actually double comp drop game then. One evac, and he evac'd first and then comp dropped. Reverse order. Very advanced technique. So well played, Montana. Well played, Doom. Especially for clearing up this com drop. Very nice play there. Give you a good idea of how to react to a com drop. And yeah, thanks for watching. See you next time.